Alrighty, folks, we are back. And we got your favorite content in the whole wide world. So, SDS. Everyone's favorite mode, right? No, not really. So, this particular season was a complete wash for me. I think this was the worst I've ever done. So, I ended up losing 4 times and I only got 2 wins. So, my rank did not really go up by anything. I think I started the season on 6,000 or like 5,999, whatever it is when they reset you. So I only went up by about 80 points, which is not what we want to do. So I certainly could have played better. I was just like having a really bad day though in terms of brain usage, I guess, because I also was getting wrecked in Aether Raids today. So I probably should have played tomorrow when maybe I would have been a little bit more keen on the brain, but I had to play today. This is the only time I'm going to get to play. So this was the map that we had for this round. Now, as we take a look here, it's very, very clearly biased towards flyers. We got these 2 lake tiles there. We got these 2 tree tiles, and then we have a trench tile. So what that means is just flyers all day, every day. If you got your legendary Hinokas, if you got your Arions and your legendary Elincias, those are the type of units you want to be deploying for this. So unfortunately for me, I only really have one good flyer team, and it's the one with Hinoka. If I had access to Arion, well, I do have access to him, but if I had him built up, I would have ran him. I just don't happen to have him built up yet, and he's not in the Grail shop yet either, so I wasn't particularly interested in running Arion myself, although on hindsight's notice, I probably should have. So these were the teams that I ran for this season. I ran the Erosion Captain Seal on all these teams, but I actually probably shouldn't have did that. The reason why is because anytime Erosion is in play in the first place, people are going to be less likely to run armored units. So Erosion just being in existence for the round is enough of a deterrent for armored type units. So you didn't really need to run Erosion. You could just run whatever you were running and then just run one of the other 2 seals. Headlong Rush is actually really strong on this map because it gives you charge in Kanto 1, so your melee flyers or range flyers or whoever, your flyers are just going to kick so much more ass with this. And then Earth Rendering could also be a pretty solid option here. It's always a good one if you're playing like a stally style of play where you want the enemies to come to you. Like a counter-puncher style, I guess, would be the way to describe it. And you can control the middle a lot better because you've got your Beatty units or tanky units or whatever it is. So I would recommend running one of these 2 seals. Don't run Erosion. Don't be that guy like I was where I just ran Erosion everywhere, even when I didn't really need to. Like, does Plumeria need Erosion? Not really. Does Dagger need Erosion? Not really. So yeah, I was just like not on the ball. Okay, so this first team here, I tried to run Lindy with her bypass terrain to let Nina and Ira sort of have something they could do on the map with this one trench tile. Theoretically, my cav units could go up the middle and then maybe be able to do something, but it's not going to work because if you're only able to come from this one direction with your cavs, you're going to get bombarded by all the other directions from flyers and infantry even with warping and things like that. So it was a no-go. It was a bust. I would not recommend trying to run cavs on this one. Okay, so for my second team, we had Elincia. I also had Fomortis here as a near save option. Near save was actually a really good idea if you had a couple of near save armors ready. I probably should have ran more near savers now that I think about it, but Fomortis is kind of the only good one that I've got, because as you guys know, I never summoned for armored units, so I don't really have any good ones. So this was the only real thing that I could do for near saving, so I ran Fomortis with Elincia to get the warping for him. I had Alir as well, ally supported with Elincia, so both of them could nullify enemy DR. And then Plumeria just as a dance option, and then Maria goes without saying when you're running her with these armored units to get the miracle. So this team, I actually never got to use it because it was vetoed every time for obvious reasons. This is one of the more intimidating teams that I had here. Then I had the Hinoka team. This was really the only team that I was comfortable with because this is the only play style that I'm used to right now is just like hyper offense player phasing. I don't really have units that can all around too well. So like if I'm not able to run cavs, then that really limits what my box has access to. So you want to be able to run, like, all your flyers and things like that. Gatekeeper is, of course, as always, a good option, because particularly on this map, Warp Bubble, when you expect to see a lot of flyers and Hinokas and charging and soaring guidance and things like that, he's very good. I had also Altina, we got Azura, Hinoka, and then Gulveg with the Erosion Seal. Gulveg's already enough of a problem when you can use safe skills. So without him, I mean, this is just like do-si-do. She's going to destroy everybody. The 2 wins that I had were because I was able to use this team for some reason. I don't know why those people did not veto this. Like, if I was fighting me, I would just veto these 2 right here, the 2nd and 3rd team. And then finally, I had this team here with Anna. Now, Anna is actually really, really strong on this map. And of course, the reason should be obvious. She's a melee flyer, and then with Snap, she can grant +1 movement to any of your also melee infantries or your armor types. Unfortunately, that's not really what kind of units I've been summoning for, so I wasn't really able to maximize this Anna in particular. But she is very good on the map. If you've got her and you can really run a lot of good, like, melee infantry types, I probably should have ran Brave Robin with her or Legendary Alir with her, because, I mean, these are probably my best melee infantries that I've got access to, but I just ran a bunch of, like, nuclear bombs, and then I had Pathfinder there. Didn't really work out too well. So this one was more so me getting crushed by my box not being adequate for the map. All right, let's go ahead and take a look at some replays now, though. Now, there's 2 replays I want to highlight. This first one against this guy named Ray. I actually fought Ray twice, and he bodied me both times with very good use of Anna. And I guess we could show off this team as well. We'll go ahead and play the Angkor Wat replay here. We'll start here. All right, so I was using this team that I showed off, the Anna team that doesn't really make the best use of Anna. I'm not able to get the +1 movement from Snap because I don't have any armor types or melee infantry on this team. And then he's got Elincia, he's got also Lysithea, ally supported with Ivy. And then he has this Sonya over here, who Sonya and Sed were really popular too. Because of the AoEs, they can actually beat Anna. It's really difficult to beat this Anna when she just gets a free miracle with her duo skill. So you can still beat her with AoEs, so Sonya and Sed were really good. Alright, we'll just go ahead and play this. I popped a duo skill here just to get some specials ready with Asker and also Dagger. Alright, he goes for the dance. I put Hater there because I wanted to bait his Lysithea. She's going to attack and kill, and then I can just blow up his Lysithea with Asker. And he did fall for it, so we get the Kanto control with Robin, and then we beat her. This was where things got really bad, though, and this is also where it was very apparent that I played like a drunken buffoon this round. So I whiff my Asker here for no reason. For some reason, I was able to get the kill on Ivy from this spot, and I just assumed I'd be able to get the kill from this spot as well, but I wasn't. I don't know, like, what actually was the cause of that. Like, why would I have been able to get more strength from here with Asker and be able to beat this Ivy as opposed to doing it from there? But I attacked from there, and that was not sufficient enough to do it for some reason. So I ended up losing Asker there, and at this point now, it's just like, there's no coming back from this. So I wanted to highlight this because, of course, Sonya and, as I said, Sed are very good units against Anna, who was pretty popular. Alright, this match is over. Like, there's no way I can come back here. Alright, so there we go with that one. And then finally, we're going to show off this one against Ray. Maybe I should show the first one, actually. The second one was pretty good, but, like, it's more so me getting zoned out by his units covering so much more ground than me. I ran the cavalry team twice against him, so probably not the best idea, but the first one really shows off how effective Anna can be. So we'll show off this one instead. Alright, shout outs to Ray, by the way. He really kicked my ass around here. Okay, so the idea with this guy's team here is that he's got both Chris and he's got Robin. They are able to get +1 movement from Snap, and then also allowing Anna to get +1 movement herself. Robin's very dominant because he can just warp in from anywhere, so he's pretty good. And this was the unit that caused me so much trouble against this guy. So he's got a plus 10 invested Chris, a God Lance, and he's got GLR as well. I have no answers for this whatsoever. As you can see, none of my units are merged up. So I had like no way to actually beat her on a speed check and get a double. I probably should have ran Sed and Sonya myself, but I wasn't like thinking that far ahead. This is why you want to be at least trying your luck in favor battles a little before you play SDS. Okay, so as you see here, I got caught. He got me in a nice pincer. He was able to just jump in with Robin with his Rally Spectrum, reposition Anna, and now look at this. He's covering so much space here. He's able to attack virtually any of my guys if he wants to, and I do have control of the middle here with my ability to bypass terrain with Lindy, but as I said, when these flyers are coming at you from more than one direction, control over one section of the map is not enough. Alright, so he beats Ira there. I wasn't actually able to one-shot his Robin, so I had to repo first to get lethality ready on Nina. And there's just no way for me to kill that Chris. My team has nothing, and my 2 nuking units are red as well, so that also made it worse. There's not a lot of good Lance, like God Lances available. The only free-to-play one is Norn, and she is... her stat line isn't the worst, but it's not like the best either. She's pretty mid in terms of speed, so... hopefully in the future they'll release some better infantry lances, but I don't think they will. I think I've mentioned this before, like why I don't think they're going to do more infantry lances. Because they want God Swords to dominate the meta, because that's the most common type of unit they release. So they don't want free-to-play players able to deal with the God Swords. And as we see here, Anna is just like completely dominant. So there you guys go. That was pretty much the takeaway from this season of Summoner Duels. It just goes to show it pays to get some practice runs in before you hop in. But pretty much what you want to go for is just a bunch of flyers. So Hinoka, very good. Arion, if you've got him built up. Legendary Alencia, really strong as well. And then Anna, very, very dominant. And if you want to be able to counterpick Anna, you want to bring your AoE units like Sed and also Sed and the new Sonya are very good picks for dealing with a pre-charged Miracle Anna. So there you guys go. That's going to wrap us up for this round of SDS. Let me know in your comments. See, my brain is not on right today. I blame Mario Wonder for this. That game just takes all my brain cells away with the wowie zowie and the psychedelic level design and like all the nonsense going on in that game. It's pretty fire though. I'm enjoying Mario Wonder, but not a good game for the brain cells. So that's going to wrap us up for this one. As I said, comment down below. Let me know how your season went in SDS. And I will catch you guys again on the flip side.